So I know I missed yesterday, so I'm going to try my best to quickly talk about John chapter 9 and John chapter 10. So John chapter 9 is mostly about the healing of the blind man, but there's a metaphor for the healing of the blind. But first I'll tell you the story. Jesus is walking by a blind man. The disciples ask, "Is this man blind because he has sin in his life, or did his parents sin?" Jesus says, "No, he's not blind because of that. He's blind to show the good works of God." Again, like as always, I'm paraphrasing because I don't want to take the time to read, but to show the good works of God. And then this is the one where Jesus spits in the dirt, makes mud, and rubs it on the guy's eye, and then tells him to go wash in the pool of Siloam. And while he's washing, I don't know what happened to Jesus and the disciples, but the Pharisees found the man who was now healed from blindness, that everybody knew this man was blind from the day he was born. So the Pharisees are bewildered. And when they find out that this happened on the Sabbath day and that Jesus made mud on the Sabbath day, they are ready to condemn him again, as they have done so far. And they end up questioning the man and his parents. And his parents, I always find this part funny because he's obviously a grown man, but his parents get asked by the Pharisees, "What do you think about this? Who is this man Jesus?" And they're like, "Ask him. He's of age. Let him answer you." I don't know. I always got a kick out of that. Um, so while that's all happening later, that man actually has a little bit of boldness. So he doesn't know who Jesus was when Jesus healed him. He just said, "Someone healed me." He suspected that he was a prophet, but then later, after he's done with the Pharisees, Jesus finds him and says, "Do you believe in the Son of Man?" He says, "Who is he, sir, that I may believe in him?" he asked. Jesus answered, "You have seen him. In fact, he is the one speaking with you." Then he said, "I believe, Lord," and he worshiped him. Jesus said, "I came into this world for judgment, in order that those who do not see will see, and those who do see will become blind." And then the Pharisees hear this, and they ask Jesus, "Are we blind?" And he gives them a roundabout answer. He doesn't say, "Yes, you are blind," but he says, "If you were blind, you wouldn't have sinned. But now that you say, we see, your sin remains." I don't know. They can take that as you will. But kind of my thought on John chapter 9 is Jesus healed the blind man. He can open our eyes to his truth. So the question to ask yourself, you can answer in the comments if you want, and we can have a discussion about it, but I'm asking you to ask yourself in prayer, in Jesus, even ask Jesus to search you. Are there areas of your life where you are spiritually blind and you need Jesus to bring clarity and healing? Maybe you need Jesus to spit in some spiritual dirt and rub some spiritual mud on your eyes and open up your eyes. I don't know. That's what I felt like I needed to do after reading chapter 9. So, chapter 10, we'll call it the Good Shepherd, because Jesus talks about a lot of chapter 10 is Jesus teaching about being the Good Shepherd, where he says, "My sheep know my voice and they hear it, and others they don't know." And he talks about shepherds who uh, the sheep who follow the Good Shepherd will never follow a stranger. Instead, they will run away from him because they do not recognize the voice of strangers. "I assure you, I am the door of the sheep. All who come before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep didn't listen to them. I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved and will come in and go out and find pasture. A thief comes only to steal and kill, and to destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it in abundance. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. The hired man, since he is not the shepherd and doesn't own the sheep, leaves them and runs away when he sees a wolf coming. The wolf then snatches and scatters them. This happens because he is a hired man and doesn't care about the sheep. Jesus cares so much about you, there's no way he's going to run when a wolf is coming at you or a trial is coming on your life. He's going to shield you and hold you and put you under his wings, and he will bring you peace in the storm, and he will help you through whatever trial you're going through because he's the good shepherd. Other people, I've had friends come and go in this life, and I've had friends who have been there for me and they will always be there for me, but I've also had friends who weren't such good friends, who have turned aside. They weren't around when I was in trouble, but Jesus was always there. So I did have another point here, but I'll just give you my reflection on this chapter. Jesus knows his sheep intimately, and he leads them with love. Now the question is, do you recognize the voice of Jesus when he's calling you? Are you trusting in him to guide you and to protect you and to provide for you and to care for you and to hold you in the shadow of his wings? If not, ask him to, and he will. And when you ask him to, you have to truly believe it. With that, stay strong, stay valiant, keep forging your path, and be blessed.